Hello, welcome to Select TV. I'm Drew Johnston. I'm a PR advisor to Select. We have a special occasion for you today, which is an interview with Jamie Halcro Johnston, who's the MSP, the Member of the Scottish Parliament for Scotland, Highlands and Islands. Jamie grew up in Orkney and has been spearheading the campaign to make electricians a regulated profession. Now, it may surprise many people watching this, but electrician is not a regulated profession. Anyone can set up as an electrician. It'd be a great danger to themselves and to the public. And we know, for example, that lots of house fires in Scotland are the result of faulty wiring. The campaign has been running for a few years now, and Jamie has been very successfully representing the interests of the electrician's profession in the Scottish Parliament. So I'm going to ask him today to maybe fill in some of the background. And the first question for you, Jamie, is why did you become interested, or how did you become interested in this particular issue?
Well, it's an issue that I've been aware of for some time, actually. I mean, even before I was an MSP, I had some involvement with Select in previous positions working in the media, and so I was aware of the fact that electricians wasn't a regulated profession, and you know, the real kind of concerns that many had for that. So when I was approached to look at this in my parliamentary role, I was, you know, very happy and ready to take it forward, because I think it's such a key issue, and one that, as you point out, I think a lot of people simply aren't aware of.
Yeah. So why do you think regulation is the answer to this issue we outlined earlier?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's something that obviously affects so many people within their homes or their businesses, and as has been pointed out and has been made very clear throughout this campaign and many years by Select and other groups, electrical problems cause real issues. You know, they can cause damage to homes, injuries, house fires, and unfortunately in some cases even death. So there's a real safety issue there for a start, but also there's a confidence and an awareness that a lot of consumers are not aware that if they look in their phone book, or they see an advert in a local paper or on the internet, somebody claiming to be an electrician, that they have no idea whether that person, they can have no idea whether that person has actually any qualifications at all. So because most people assume it's already a regulated profession, so that's why I think we need a clear and single register of electricians, and obviously perhaps accompanied by a single mark, so that consumers can feel confident that they're getting somebody that's got the training, but also electricians are obviously protected in, you know, the huge amount of effort they put into their skills and training too.
Jamie, I understand that as we speak, there is a consultation process underway. Can you give us an update on that, please?
Consultation is, I suppose, not the first step, but a very important step in the process in introducing a member's bill, and it allows MSPs from outside of the government to show their support for a particular issue, but also it's the way that the you know, the kind of the proposal basically that we're looking to put forward can be discussed, can be scrutinized, and some of the practical concerns raised not just by other MSPs but also people within the sector particularly, and you know, I think that's extremely important. You know, we've put out the proposals. The consultation process is part of making sure that we get that proposal right, and that's why I want to hear from as many people as possible within that process.
So Jamie, how can Select members assist in this process?
I think they're very important to it. You know, Select members, I'm sure, will be particularly conscious of the importance of being able to trust in quality work, and you know, the first thing I would say is we want them to be involved in that consultation process. And you know, as I say, the whole point of the consultation process is to look at the proposals that we've put forward and to, you know, to find fault, if that's not a pun, but you know, to find faults in it so that we can actually improve the process. So what I would hope that Select members would do is go to www.electriciansbill.uk, and that will provide a link so that they can submit their own thoughts, having read through the consultation, and that will help make sure that any problems are ironed out, any issues raised. That consultation process ends on the 10th of November, so there's still a little bit of time. That's really important. We want the bill to be, the proposal to be as scrutinised as possible, particularly from select members who will have some expert knowledge on it. So I hope they'll get involved with that.
Yeah. And what do you hope the bill will achieve?
The bill itself is, I suppose, has a number of areas of responsibility or improvement. One, protection of title will give confidence to consumers that when they're getting somebody or they're employing somebody who's an electrician, they are an electrician, they are qualified, and they have that qualification. So that will mean that they can have confidence in that. That also protects, obviously, as well, those electricians that have those qualifications, and means that they will benefit by trust in the sector being improved. And of course, that then means that hopefully we will have a serious reduction in perhaps some of the incidents of cowboy work being done, because those will have training rather than just somebody who can claim to be an electrician when they're not. So I think that's that's a couple of the areas where I think it's really important, and it does that by setting up, as I say, a single register that people will be able to refer to. And if you're not on that register, you will not be able to call yourself an electrician, and there will be legal enforcement in place.
Yes. And do you think that by regulating the profession of electrician, it will make it more attractive to perhaps a wider number of young people and perhaps even older people who maybe want to start later apprenticeships? Will it, for example, improve the diversity, bring more women in, and perhaps people from ethnic minorities?
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, we know that the profile of electricians is that they're getting older. The number of new entrants is lower than the number of people who are in the kind of older bracket. So actually it's becoming an older profession, and I think by professionalizing it more so and having this protection of title, that will make it to some extent a more attractive profession, kind of more generally. I mean, obviously there's a huge number, the vast majority of people out there who are doing it are professional trained, have a huge amount of experience.
Yes.
But I think it's also about raising opportunities as well, and this obviously won't be the only solution. There has to be more encouragement for people from different backgrounds getting into the profession, and I hope that any legislation that goes forward will be accompanied by a real push to get more people within the sector.
Yes. So what are the next steps?
The response is going, as I say, until 10th of November. So that will obviously be really important. We're already getting responses in, and we're looking at those and analysing those, and they're being presented. They're available on the website. This then all feeds into the final proposal that we'll put forward, and then we'll obviously need MSPs to get behind the general principles of the bill. Unfortunately, due to everything that's going on at the moment with COVID and timescales, etc., it's not likely that this bill will be able to go through Parliament this session. But one of the most important things, I think, is taking those steps forward. I would obviously hope that if I'm returned after May next year, I can pick up where we've got to. But if I can't, then a huge amount of groundwork will have been done and will be a long way further advanced, either for myself, another MSP, or perhaps even the government, if they see the strength of feeling behind this, to take this forward. Because there is support behind it. There is work to be done, but that work is being done now, rather than kind of waiting till it can all be got through in one parliamentary session. But I would just urge any select members, or those who've got experience of issues around electrical work not being done properly, to get forward, come forward, get involved in the consultation, and have their voice heard. And
aside from population, Jamie, what do you think of the other issues facing the electricians profession right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I think skills is one which has been raised, a number of times with me as a former shadow skills minister. We need more people to come in to the sector to be able to train in, and there's been a number of skill shortages in lots of areas. It's also an area, obviously, there's a lot of diversification, new challenges, and I hope that the Scottish Government will be aware of that going forward to make sure that we have those people in place for the, I suppose, for the new technologies or the changing market of the future. You've mentioned, I think, the diversity of the sector, and that's obviously one that's I think a lot of people will recognise probably more work needs to be done. But of course, as we come out of COVID and we have an economy which is under real pressure, making sure the work there is there to for people to do is going to be absolutely key. So we need to support those individuals, those businesses out there at the moment, so that there's a good amount of work for them to be doing going forward over the next few years.
What 3 things can people now do with regard to the bill?
Well, as I say, I mean, from our point of view, the one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to have extra burden on electricians. So we're not looking for a solution to this that is going to be complicated or put an extra red tape on it. We're looking for a very simple approach that allows a register which will allow electricians to who have got the training in place and are on the register to do it easily, not provide a huge, or not mean a huge amount of extra work from them. So that's, I think, one thing. Looking forward, there's obviously got to be additional promotion of this. Once the bill's hopefully gone through Parliament and it becomes law, we need associated information, public awareness campaign from the Scottish Government, so that people know that if they anybody that's calling themselves an electrician has to have these qualifications. And I think just a general awareness of the importance of safe electrical work, making sure that the right people are coming in to do that work, that it is an important area where, if it's not done right, it can lead to fires, it can lead to accidents. So I think there's a general awareness aspect to this too. Those are just some of the areas. There's a lot of areas where there's probably work needing to be done, but this is one small start, one small step, as it were. Paraphrase a far more famous person than me, yes. But hopefully it's an important one.
And final question, Jamie. There's been a wall of support from a great many MSPs in favour of the bill. How would you rate its chances?
I think it's been kind of frustrating in many ways, because there is support from across the chamber, from parties across the chamber. All political parties, or representatives of all political parties, has given their support to it. I think there have always been very warm words from the Scottish Government in terms of the need for this. Scotland's an outlier in many ways on this on regulation of electricians, and this sector is an outlier in terms of the way other sectors are regulated, and there's protection of title. So I think there's a general appreciation that this needs to be done. It's a good thing. It's just been perhaps putting that pressure on to get Scottish Government to back it. But as I say, there is now cross-party support at Holyrood for it. I think if we had more time in this session, we would get this through. So I'm very confident that in the next session of the Parliament, this will be picked up by myself or somebody else, and will be taken through Parliament, and it will be achieved. And I think that will be fantastic for the sector and for consumers and for general electrical safety.
That's very encouraging. Jamie Halcro Johnston, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.